Hello, everyone. V.D.B.CoinRollKing here, and today we are going to be deciding what the best folders are for coin albums. And this is just an opinion. It doesn't mean it's the best one out there. They're always coming out with better coin album folders, but we're just going to use the ones that I've personally bought, and or that have been given to me. So these are all brand new, as into they weren't used before I had them, so I've just used them. So let's go over them. So first, let's start with Whitman. There's two different kinds of folders that Whitman uses. And when we're going to be looking at these books, we're going to be looking at the cut of the books, the type of paper they use, and other things. You know, how they fit in, and stuff like that. So let's start with the National Parks Quarters book that I have. So this is made by Whitman LLC, or Whitman Publishing LLC. And this is a different type of book. These ones I just call Lucky Blue albums because I seem to get lucky when I pull them out and hunt with them. But anyways, this is the one type of Whitman. And I don't have any quarters to show you, or actually I do. I'm going to set this down while I go grab one quarter really quick. And then I can show you. So I don't have any national park quarters to show you guys with, but I do have an eagle quarter that I use for my reverse in my Washington Eagles book, album number 1. So here's a 1995 Philadelphia quarter. So let's start off by looking at the cut of this. So on the ends, very nice cut, not peeling on the edges like some books do. You can pull up on it. It'll give like that, but obviously if you don't have to, that won't happen. So the cut of it, very smooth, very clean. On both sides, very sharp. And we have a little leaflet over here. That gives you the information. It tells you when they were made. And before I continue this video, guys, I want to give Blue Ridge Silverhound a shout out. He's the one who gave me this idea. So anyways, let's continue. So it gives you the year it was established in the state. So New Mexico. The coin issued issued in 2012. And it gives you all this different information. Same as over here, just gives more of them. So it goes to 2017 over here, and it carries all the way over to where's 2021? Well, I'm not seeing it, but and it looks like it doesn't have all the way to 2021. So. Oh wait, 2020, 2020, where's 2021? It's got to be on here. Maybe it's not on here. Let me just go through all of them just to make sure. Oh, here it is. Alabama, going to be issued in 2021, so they do have all of them, so that's good. Now, let's take a look at the paper. So it's white, it's pretty glossy. It doesn't have any type of finish that feels like it's going to harm the coin. Very nice cover, very glossy. It doesn't feel and look like it's going to get damaged very easily. Nice finish to it. And now, let's check the spine of this. So you want to see how it looks when you put it on your shelf, and you want to read the spine of it. So very nice fold over there. It doesn't carry on to one side or the other. It's actually very sharp on the spine, so it's very nice and presentable. Tells you exactly what it's for and what they are. I'd appreciate if this was a sticker instead of a actual printed on the book. But I guess that's how it was made. But so let's see how quarters fit into this. So most Whitmans nowadays have snap tights, or not snap tights, but like snap-in features. So you go to put it in straight, and you can just snap them in, and that's to make sure that you can't take the coin out. Well, not so much that you can't take the coin out, but that it won't just fall out. So let's just use, I don't know, let's use Arkansas for example. So I'm going to show you how it goes in. Snaps in pretty good. It's all flat, as you can see. So if I give a little pressure, it doesn't easily come out. It's actually kind of stuck in there. Okay, there we go. So it's very nice. I like it. So if I was to give this a I don't know, A through F rating, I'd give this a solid B+. Just because this is not the best kind. I'd give this a B- to a B+. So, there's that one. Now we move to what I call the Lucky Blues. The reason I call them that is because I find a lot of stuff when I bring them out to coin roll hunt. So, but don't tell me you don't have any half dollars in here. I thought I had at least one. I guess not. Let me set this down one more time, guys, so we don't have to do this again. Promise. We just get a half dollar out. Almost forgot, guys. We also have this kind. So I'll set that there. Okay. Here's a half dollar Kennedy, 1971 Denver. So, first of all, let's look at the cut of this book. So, it's pretty good. It has a little bit of errors on the corners. They're a little bit lifted. Other than that, it looks pretty clean on all the edges. Very nice. Very sharp, kind of up there. You can see a little problem there. It's a little bent, but as you use them, they will get worn. That's just how they work. But some wear easier than others, and some wear easier and harder than others. So let's just see how this works. So I'm going to use one of my open spaces over here so that I don't what's the word? Compromise the other ones that actually take the coins. So let's say this is a 1971D. So this, I believe, is a snap tight. So you do have to apply some sort of pressure. It's kind of hard to get it in there, but the thing I don't like about that is that you get your fingerprints all over them, and it's much easier if you can just go to the edge and push it in over here and get it done with. This one you have to use quite a bit of force to get them in. So for that reason, I don't like it. But it is a Whitman. I've always been loyal to buying Whitmans. The ones that are given to me are usually not Whitmans, but if I ever buy them, I make sure almost all the time, unless they don't have them, that they are Whitman. So otherwise, let's go to the paper. So old-fashioned paper, like the originals. Very nice. And there is a glossy finish on it, so it might give it some yellowing from being in the book. So that part I don't like. But I do like the Whitman books overall, so let's go to the leaflet. So it gives you some information, the composition of them. Outer layers of copper, nickel, 75% copper and 25% nickel. Bonded to an inner core of pure copper. Weight 11.34 grams. Diameter 30.6 millimeters. Edge reeded. And then it goes on to tell you what the Kennedy half dollar is and whatever, the history of them. The holes in this folder have a special lock-in feature, but first, a word of caution. Always hold a coin by the edge so that you know how to put them in. So, overall, I like these books. Let me take this coin out, and let's check the spine. I like the taping job they do. It very much stays connected to the leaflets almost always. And I've had a couple that peel. So, very nice presentation on the side. You can see exactly what it's for. What goes in it. So, I do like this. If I had to give this a grade, I would probably give it a C to or a C minus to a C, I think. Some of them I'd give a C plus, but this is probably a C. And then we move to the H.E. Harrison Company. So this is the Washington quarter, silver, and then it goes to not silver. So copper nickel, what is it? Copper nickel clad, something like that. I should know that. Yeah, copper nickel clad. So this is the H.E. Harrison Co. So first impression, very, very sharp on the edge. Check the top, very sharp. Check this side, very sharp, very presentable. Except I don't like that bottom. It's a little bit frayed on the edges. And now let's look at the spine. Very presentable. You can see all of the text. It does move a little bit like this, like here. But no matter what, it still stays so you can see it, so I do like that. Washington quarters, 1965 to 87. I guess these aren't the silver then. I thought they were, but... gosh, I don't even know what I have. So... in the back, it does not have a sticker. It has the same little thing here, so that's what I don't like about these. Let's take a look at the inside, shall we? I already have a couple of quarters in here, as you can see. This Friday, I'll be getting halves, hopefully. I'm trying to do it once a week right now, so we can fill up these books, and then I'm probably going to buy actually a roll of quarters and a roll of halves, instead of 2 rolls of halves, one for next week, but I'll just figure that out when I go to do it. You guys let me know in the comment. Do you want me to get 2 rolls of halves or a roll of halves and some quarters? You let me know. So we have a couple over here, 87D, 86D. So, first of all, I really like the paper over here. It feels very delicate and very soft and overall like old style paper. Leaflet, let's see, the Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of President George Washington's birth. Designer John Flanagan's initials are at the base of the neck. Quarters produced from 1932 through 1964 are composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. A dwindling worldwide supply of silver brought about the Coinage Act of 1965, which authorized clad coinage. Coins made of copper nickel layers bonded to a copper core. Quarters produced since 1965 are clad. So I just want to read that. I don't want to read anything else. There's that. So, let's try to put a quarter in here. This is the Washington reverse. The one I took it out of, so hopefully it'll snap in again. Probably not, but so you have it straight. So it still snaps in pretty good. And I don't like repeatedly taking these out, but it does snap in pretty good. So, the paper on the inside, very nice. It has a shiny finish. It's not really, doesn't feel corrosive, like as if it would eat into the paper. It doesn't have a rough surface, so it's very shiny, very nice. The ink on the paper, though, might change the coin's color over time. I just don't know, but otherwise, this is a nice book. It gives you information on so the book numbers and letters, if you want to order them, how to identify them. And then Washington quarters, I already told you about that, or over here. And 65 to 87. So there's that. Very nice. So if I had to grade this, guys, honestly, I'd give it, even though it's not my favorite, I do have to give the quality a fair grade. And for a grade, I'd give it a B+. Now we move on to the Cornerstone coin albums. George Washington National Parks quarters. Commemorative quarters series 2010 to 2021, including P&D mint marks. So it tells you exactly what it is. See if the edge says the same thing. So no, it just says George Washington National Park quarters. So you don't know if it has P&D mint marks. So, and actually neither do these. So I guess that's pretty common. So I'm not going to grade that based on that. So this book is very nice. Has a lot of informational stuff over here. Collecting national park. Excuse me. I'm very tired tonight. I don't know why. I slept really good yesterday. Collecting national parks quarters. History of national parks. How a site is designated as a national park. America the Beautiful Quarters Program. Designing and producing the National Parks Quarters Series. Site selection process. Finding National Parks Quarters. Caring for your quarters. Grading National Parks Quarters. Proof, description, and mint state description. About uncirculated description and extremely fine description. Pricing for your quarters. Expand your quarter collection. Some other quarters that they show you. And statehood and territory quarters, 1999 to 2009. And more other quarters. And then over here, National Parks of the United States coinage, the Carson City Mint, Shoshana historical site, all that stuff. Very informational throughout the book. So let me show you how this thing works. So if I take out a quarter again, let me set this down. I don't mean to keep taking these in and out, but I kind of have to. Okay. So we have our reverse eagle. So, I'll show you how this works. So you find a quarter, right? And let's say you find a 2010, what is this one? Come on. Hot Springs. Why aren't you focusing? Maybe if I turn the flash off. Which I can't right now, but it does say Hot Springs. So basically you take your finger and it has little thumb indexes down here. Sometimes you can do this, but some of them don't allow you to do that. So you just pull out this plastic slab here, this little plastic tab thing. First of all, let's look at this. Nice rounded edges so it doesn't cut into the other page going this way or that way or whatever. So I really do like that. That takes some consideration to look at and think about. So I like that as rounded edges. So, and the other ones are built into the page, so you don't have to worry about them slipping or whatever. So let's take our quarter. supposedly it's from the hot springs or whatever. And let's say we go to put it in. It just falls in. And just like, I don't know what to use in comparison, but it just falls in. You take your little plastic. It's hard doing this one hand. Yeah, let me try to get you guys a better angle. So basically it just slips in. It protects your coin. And I'm not sure about this book, but I will tell you about what possibly is in this book about this book over here, actually, but I know it sounds weird. But then you just have your quarter in there. You can view it from the obverse or reverse, however you want to look at it. And then let's say you have a better one. You just, put this here again. You take out your plastic. And then you just pop it out like that. Replace it or whatever you're going to do. Sell it, I don't know. And then you just put your little plastic thing back in. And you're done. So there's that. So overall, design, I'd give an A+. Construction, I'd give a B+. But the folder, when I got this, it was bent like this, and it does hold its bend, so I don't like that, so I'm going to have to give that a D-. And then for construction of this, I'd have to give a A+, which is the actual coin holders. For the spine, I'd give it an A+. Top and bottom A+. So overall an A+, but I'm going to still give it a B+ because it's not the best in my collection. I'll give it a B++ if you want to, but that's what that one is. And then we move on to my best one. Now, I already can tell you I want to give this an A+, but let's be fair here. Let's take into consideration everything that's here. So first of all, this is a very nice folder. Gold leafing. This is real gold. And then we have leather. This is real leather. This one cost me about $45. I will say I think I paid a fair price for it, even though it's very expensive. Steel rivets. Holds it in place very nice. More gold leafing. You can see it's wearing a little bit at the edges. Just by the discoloration, but that's to be expected with leather. And you can see the edges are extremely, extremely nice, so that's an A+. The spine is an A+. I'll give it actually, I'll give it an A-. And then the sides, I'll give a B+, just because these little plastic slides don't always go in exactly all the way. It's so close, but they just do not slide all the way in. And then the top, of course, is an A+. And then we move into the design of it. So, the design, it gives you a huge story of the Lincoln cent and how it started, how it evolved throughout its journey from the original copper cent to the steel cent, back to the copper cent, and then transitioning to the zinc cents and whatnot. So it has a whole story on this. It tells you what the composition and everything of it is, so that's very nice, very informational. So that is an A+. Then you have these. These are the coin holders, and simply all you need to do in order to put the coins in is you take your finger on one of them, you slide it, and it goes out. So you take this out just like the quarter one, and then you put your penny in, which I'm not going to show you. It just goes in like the other one. Rounded edges again, very nice. So it does keep it from cutting into the other pages for the most part. And then what is in this book, and I don't know if it's in the other book, but it has a, not chemical, but a certain type of plastic that they use that keeps the coin from being damaged from the plastic and any other corrosive things like weather or moisture and just air and stuff. And so that's definitely an A+, how they're able to figure that out. All the pages are held together with brass screws and, I don't know what you call these, but I'm just going to call them holders for the screws. Very nice. The reverse, the only thing I don't like about this book is that the reverse comes out as well, but if you wanted to adjust your coin or just pop it all the way out, you can do it. The only thing is if you go past the one coin on the top, you have a chance for it to fall, all of them fall out, but that's the only downside, so I'd get that design a D-. Otherwise, it tells you Lincoln cents. Lincoln cents. I like how it says steel down here. And Lincoln cents. Lincoln Memorial cents. It says that it goes to Lincoln Memorial cents up there. So that's cool. Another design flaw is it does not say, and I guess it's okay because these are still Lincoln Memorial cents. So yeah, you can't say anything about that. And then it does continue to say Lincoln Memorial cents, even though 2009 was not a memorial cent, it was a commemorative type of coin, commemorating the 225th birth of Abraham Lincoln, I think it was. And that, or no, it wasn't that. I think it was a 200th anniversary since I can't remember, but and yeah, so you can see I'm missing these up here only because they keep slipping, and I really hate that. So that's going to be definitely an F for me. They didn't design it very well in this area, so I'm going to give that an F. And but otherwise, it's an A. They didn't label these down here for the years, even though it was made after the year 2009. So I don't like that. So that's going to be a D+ to a D for me. And back here it has all the mintages of all the coins up to 2009. Including proofs of all of them. And it tells you where their location is. Got little screws back here. Their address if you want to buy coins from them or whatnot. Send them something, I don't even know. The little thing here is leather type and leather on the back. So overall, this is my best one. It cost me a lot of money. It does me due justice. So I'm going to have to give this just an A. I want to give it so bad an A+, but there was a lot of flaws in this. And so, based on my folders, I'm going to give this probably a A- to an A. So when it comes to coin books, everyone, I would go with the Dansco. That's DANSCO, like Dan's Company, but Dansco. And so this is my favorite because it is leather. It is nice. It does take up quite a bit of room for how many pennies it holds, but in the end, I like the quality of it. The thought that was put into designing this. So it is my best one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you made it all the way through the video. If you did, let me know, and that would be very much appreciated. Please like this video. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Please click the bell next to the subscribe button so that you get all my notifications of my new videos and live streams. You don't want to miss those. Those can get extremely exciting. The other day we found our very first silver. So thank you again for watching. This has been which coin folder are the best. So thank you for watching.